For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
What's up, Brew Crew? Welcome back to our channel, the meeting point for every passionate Milwaukee Brewers fan. Before we dive into the hot information I have for you today, the usual reminder: if you're not yet part of our community, don't waste any time. Click the subscribe button now and turn on notifications to be the first to receive all our exclusive analysis and news. The season is heating up, and you won't want to miss any updates. Trust me, what I'm bringing you today is going to shake the foundations of our team. Alright, let's get straight to the point, because this is a serious conversation, and the trade deadline is knocking on our door with impressive force. As you know, I live and breathe Brewers. My sources are always active, and what I've been hearing behind the scenes in the last 48 hours is something that could define our destiny in 2025. The name that keeps echoing in the halls of American Family Field and in conversations among league executives is Eugenio Suarez, the power-hitting third baseman for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And from what I've gathered, this is no longer mere speculation. The Brewers, led by our general manager Matt Arnold, are indeed in advanced and aggressive negotiations to bring Suárez to Milwaukee. The information I received from a source very close to the situation is that the Brewers see this acquisition not just as a reinforcement, but as the missing piece to solidify our candidacy for the National League Central Division title. And who knows, something much bigger. Let's look at the facts with the seriousness the situation demands. We are in a tight race, shoulder to shoulder with the Chicago Cubs. Only one game separates us at the top of the division. It's a horse race, and any strategic move now could be the difference maker. Both teams, interestingly, have relied on rookies at third base this season. On our side, we have Caleb Durbin, a talented young player who has shown flashes of brilliance and solid defense, but who, like any rookie, has been inconsistent. Consistency is key in the final stretch of a season, and that's exactly what Eugenio Suarez offers in abundance. We're talking about a 34-year-old veteran, fresh off his second All-Star Game appearance, who is having a simply monstrous season. The numbers don't lie. 31 home runs and a .889 OPS. He's not just a good hitter, he is right now the best offensive third baseman in the league. Placing a bat of that caliber in the middle of our lineup, protecting names like William Contreras and Christian Yelich, would turn our offense into a nightmare for any opposing pitcher. The analysis by Mike Exiza of CBS Sports, who predicted the Brewers as Suárez's destination, has merit. He points out the obvious. Why not upgrade when a division title is within reach and you haven't won a postseason series since 2018? That's the mindset that separates good teams from championship teams. And this is where the discussion gets more complex and where our front office needs to show its shrewdness. The information circulating is that the centerpiece of our offer would be right-handed pitcher Tobias Meyers. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. Give up Meyers? But doesn't he have potential? Yes, he does. We saw flashes of it in 2024. He has a live arm and a slider that on his best days is devastating. However, the reality of 2025 is that he has been inconsistent. He was removed from the starting rotation for a reason. His ERA is inflated, and he has struggled to keep the ball in the yard. The question Matt Arnold and his team are pondering is it worth sacrificing control over a promising young pitcher who has yet to prove himself for the immediate and guaranteed impact of a player of Suárez's caliber? My analysis, based on the conversations I've had and what the market presents, is that yes, it's worth it. This year's trade market is notably thin on impact infielders. The law of supply and demand is in full effect. The Diamondbacks, while still lingering around the wild card race, know they have a valuable asset on their hands. They're not just going to give him away, they're going to create a bidding war. And to win, you have to be bold. The proposal involving Meyers would not be a simple one-for-one. Sources tell me the Brewers would likely have to include another one or two lower-tier pieces. Perhaps a minor league prospect who is further from the MLB. It's a steep price, no doubt, but the window to win for this core of players is now. We can't keep being almost there. The frustration of 2018 still echoes. Getting so close and seeing the opportunity slip away is a pain that we, the Brew Crew, know well. Acquiring Suárez would be a statement to the entire league. We are not here to compete, we are here to win. It would be a clear signal to the clubhouse, to the players, that the front office trusts them and is willing to make the necessary investment to take the next step. Let's delve deeper into the financial and strategic analysis of this potential trade, because the details are crucial to understanding the magnitude of the decision. Eugenio Suarez has a $15 million contract for this season with a team option for 2026. By acquiring him at the deadline, the Brewers would be responsible for just over $5 million of his remaining salary this year. For a team that operates with a historically more controlled payroll like ours, this is not an insignificant amount. However, it's a calculated investment. Unlike committing to a long-term, high-value contract, this is a short-term bet with immense potential for return. We're talking about adding an all-star at the peak of his performance for a relatively manageable financial cost for the remainder of the season. It's the kind of smart move that well-managed teams make to maximize their chances without compromising their long-term financial future. Now, let's go back to Tobias Meyers. The reluctance of some fans to part with him is understandable. We all want to see our prospects blossom into stars wearing a Brewers uniform. Meyers, at 6th, has shown he has the stuff to be a major league pitcher. His 2024 performance, where he posted a 3.76 ERA in 17 games, gave us hope. However, the leap from 2024 to 2025 has not happened as expected. He has struggled with command, and as a result, his ERA has ballooned to over 5 shutout in his appearances this year. The fundamental question is he a piece for the future or a tradable asset? In an ideal world, we would develop him with patience. But baseball rarely offers ideal scenarios. The opportunity to contend for a World Series title is rare and fleeting. Holding on to a prospect who might become a solid starting pitcher in the future at the expense of acquiring a player who is right now one of the best hitters in the league would be a strategic miscalculation. It would be prioritizing the maybe over the now. And for the Brewers, the now is what matters. Suárez's arrival would have a ripple effect on the entire roster. Offensively, as I mentioned, he would change the dynamic of the lineup. Pitchers could no longer pitch around William Contreras to face a less threatening hitter. They would have to pick their poison. This results in better pitches for everyone around him, from Yelich to Hoskins and Adames. Defensively, he's a reliable third baseman with a strong arm and experience. While defense isn't his primary calling card, he's more than competent at the hot corner, which would stabilize a position that has been a question mark for us. This would allow Caleb Durbin, should he remain on the major league roster, to be used in a super utility role, taking advantage of his versatility across different infield positions, or even return to AAA to continue his development without the pressure of being the starter on a playoff contending team. It would be a much more efficient roster management. Therefore, in pondering the initial question, is it too much to give up or is it enough? My conclusion after analyzing all the angles and talking to my sources is that this is the trade the Milwaukee Brewers need to make. Parting with Tobias Meyers and potentially a B-level prospect is a fair price to pay for the certainty of impact that Eugenio Suarez would bring. It's a trade that balances risk and reward in a way that favors us. The risk is that Meyers becomes a great pitcher in Arizona. The reward is a National League Central pennant, a deep run in the playoffs, and with a bit of luck and more quality baseball, a real shot at competing for the World Series. It's a risk that a team with our ambitions has to be willing to take. Analyzing the main story, the aggressive pursuit of Eugenio Suarez with Tobias Meyers as a centerpiece of the trade is a defining move for the Brewers' 2025 season. It represents a shift from a cautious development mindset to a win-now one. It's the front office acknowledging the window of opportunity we have with this talented core of players. The question I leave for you, the passionate Brew Crew, is would you make this trade? Are you willing to give up the future potential of Tobias Meyers for the certainty of Eugenio Suarez's power in the hunt for an immediate title? Leave your opinions in the comments below. I want to know what each of you thinks about this strategy. Don't forget, for more exclusive news, in-depth analysis, and instant updates on our Brewers, stay tuned here on the channel. Your subscription and engagement make all the difference. Let's follow every step of this journey towards October together.